What's going on, guys? It's Chad. By the way, thanks for all the people that have been subscribing recently, especially subscribing around this time and this kind of drought. Everybody waiting for, you know, November and December with, you know, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Halo and shit. Like all the shooters and stuff. There's also obviously other games and shit too, but this is like a repeat of that one year where we ended up I forget what year it was. It was a year that was absolutely legendary for FPS releases. Yeah, I'm not gonna play Shoot House. Listen. Of all the maps on Modern Warfare, Shoot House is one of the better designed ones, but if the audio were just anything like the older Call of Duties, or if there was like a ninja perk or something, oh, these maps would have played so much better. So, I mean, if you stumbled across the channel, I mean, there's gonna be a lot of content coming, so. I mean content as in just like teeth to the grinder type of, yeah. Face tank, it doesn't matter. So we ended up getting so much information yesterday. We ended up getting an update from Sledgehammer and just all across all the Call of Duty things. And basically they were talking about all of the changes that they were making to Vanguard since the beta and all of our feedback and all this other shit. And I have rarely, very rarely seen such a good, like near dead on response to almost every issue that the game had in one fell swoop. Now, here's the thing. Obviously, I could be playing it up in my mind and everything because the way that they're explaining it, you know, for example, how the footsteps were bad. They said that, you know, was adjusted and the audio was like, it was weird about distance and directional and all that stuff. It says it's fixed, but we don't know until we actually hear it, right? So I have some of the tweets liked and stuff just for like the main shit that I thought was ridiculous. Oh yeah, and there's also the USV event tomorrow, which actually isn't at night, it's in the morning. It's like, the prelims start at like 10:30 a.m. Eastern because it's in Abu Dhabi. And then I think main card starts by like 2 or something. I don't even know. It's early though, but I'm gonna be up for it. That entire card. Oh, and also it's not even on pay-per-view. It's literally free. I know I sound like a UFC spokesperson right now, but it's crazy, especially when you get a stacked card that absolutely should be a pay-per-view for free. It's pretty nuts. Okay, so first of all, you guys were there watching the Vanguard videos and stuff like that, and I made my feedback video and stuff like that. It was like 20 minutes long where I actually took notes and talked about things and whatever. I also ruffled some feathers in that video or a different video where I said that I thought Vanguard was basically a better version of Modern Warfare. A lot of people are saying that it's just copy-pasted, but I think that they've improved on it. I think they basically made it so it didn't go so far into this direction of, quote, tactical play. And the reality of it is, it actually makes it less tactical the way that they had designed the game. It just made people like sit around and wait and hide, and it really didn't encourage anybody to move. The camping on Modern Warfare is nuts. Camping has always been an issue, but it was empowered on this game. Thematically, like, how do I explain it? I kind of imagine it like Modern Warfare, but like Darth Modern Warfare. Does that make sense? It's Modern Warfare, but more aggressive, more violent. And it's not like the game isn't gonna be tactical. I mean, just watch some pro play from any of the earlier Call of Duties before Modern Warfare. You see tactical play on these games. I don't know why people are gonna act like it's not tactical. The difference between those games is that you're not just gonna get lucky. Modern Warfare, you can get lucky a lot. I already made my entire video, you know, explaining the two. So anyway, talking about the changes that they made, first thing I ended up seeing on my timeline, I don't even think it was the first thing that they said, but the first thing that I ended up seeing on my timeline, shipments coming to Vanguard multiplayer a little less than 2 weeks after the release. I think they did that this way as well with Modern Warfare, if I remember correctly. So in terms of shipment though, it's kind of different because you can see a bunch of different like open crates and they're angled differently and stuff. So it's shipment, but it's not. It's kind of like the original shipment versus this shipment. They are different. Like in the original shipment, there is none of that, and the way that these are set up and angled and stuff like that, the lines of sight are completely different. So it's the same situation with this Vanguard one. It's shipment, but it's not. You know what I mean? It's a square, but it's set up differently. Yeah, I mean, obviously there are the, you know, the updates about Pacific and the Warzone map, the new map and everything, and that's probably like one of the biggest things to a lot of people. But for the multiplayer players out there, us, or at least, you know, a lot of the Warzone guys for at least the first couple weeks or so, or no, what? Is it a month? It's a little less than a month or something like that. Because the Warzone map is coming in December, early December. Game release is early November, and then a month later it comes out early December. Sledgehammer Games has added the Ninja perk to Call of Duty Vanguard multiplayer for launch. Silent footsteps all the time. Now, this is a huge deal, because if Modern Warfare had that, right? You can still keep dead silence in the game. Okay? And there's a lot of people that keep asking this question. Oh, well, what's the difference between Ninja and Dead Silence? Now everybody just has perma-dead silence? That's stupid. They're different, though. There's the field upgrade, and then there's the perk. They do the same things, but the perk one is obviously better because it lasts permanently, right? So it's like, well, what's the point of having the field upgrade? That means that you could come up with these little situations where you still don't use Ninja, but you can get a different perk in place of it now, but still have dead silence. Now, the reason a lot of people like having Ninja as a perk is because it allows people to move around the map more. The only people that don't really like this are the people that are camping and stuff like that, and they're afraid of being snuck up on and stuff. Their awareness, it's not there. They have Modern Warfare brain. They have Warzone brain, where they sit around and depend on their ears the majority of the time to do the work for them. Everybody's gonna move around the map more often, which is a good thing. Moving around the map more often and actually having a skill set to understand where people are gonna spawn, where people are gonna come from at all times without using your ears for these ridiculously loud, over-the-top footsteps. You can't depend on that anymore. So if you don't like the sound of that, stick to Modern Warfare, you know what I mean? But that's how all of the previous Call of Duties work. There were always some sort of form of ninja. They said that they also adjusted the movement. I don't really know what that means. Something that I didn't like in Vanguard is that they made it so your movement isn't as, you know, snappy like Modern Warfare. But I think that's something that a lot of people really like about Modern Warfare. It makes a little bit of a skill gap, but also it's just kind of like, after a while, it's muscle memory and you're just kind of used to it and stuff. You're used to the way that your character's moving around. And this is one of the best feeling, if not the best feeling Call of Duty in terms of like mechanical things. But the design and along with everything else other than its feel is just such a bad call. It feels like Vanguard fixed it. It really does. I'm just gonna keep shooting. I know he's just gonna reach out like that. Fucking TikTok, man. Sheesh, that was one sweaty lobby, man. Everyone's slide canceling in there. Holy moly. I can't imagine trying to play like that and still going negative. I don't know if I'd sleep right. Let me read this shit, because that shit was distracting me. Please stop trying so hard. Skill base is obviously gonna be brutal. It's just going to be. I already know. I'm gonna face tank and I'm gonna deal with it, but... So they made changes to visibility, audio, spawns, movement, and weapons for the launch. Movement. Sprint out times have been sped up. Incendiaries no longer slow movement speed, and a cap has been placed on max suppression effects. So basically you can't like have somebody firing at you with like the frangible type of rounds, or having multiple people fire it at you. So if an entire team was running it, for example, you can't, if it reduces your movement speed by 50%, you can't have another person hit it on top of that, and now it's reduced down to like only 20% of your maximum speed. There's a cap now, so you're not gonna end up being like literally stuck in slow motion. It's gonna slow you down, but not nearly as bad. In Sledgehammer we trust, yup. Ninja perk has been added, allows you to have silent footsteps all the time. Audio received a complete overhaul. So here's the thing, like that ninja stuff is absolutely like, it's a big deal. It kind of depends how the overall audio of the game sounds now. It could be a thing where the sound isn't so loud to where you can't move around without Ninja. You know what I mean? Maybe Ninja won't even be that used. It kind of just depends how the audio is. I also believe that Ninja is in a very, very competitive class. I think it's like perk 1, which will be things like Ghost and like Flak Jacket and shit. So yeah, it's gonna be a little weird. But also I believe that Specialist is in the game, right? So for pubs, Specialist might be the way to go. Anyone that ran Specialist back on like MW3 and stuff like that, you understand. You could just, you know, run whatever perks are good for like an early life thing to be able to make it more likely that you're going to be able to unlock the perks that you actually want. So for example, I could just not run Ninja initially, run something else that keeps me more alive than anything, and then just unlock Ninja pretty quickly. So then I can run around with Ninja and Flak Jacket, or Ninja and Ghost, or Ninja, or all three of them. November 5th, Vanguard comes out. November 17th, Shipment comes out for Vanguard. November 18th, Operation Flashback in Verdansk, which is, I guess, like an event that's going to be going through all of the history of Verdansk somehow. I guess there's going to be like limited time modes and stuff like that were like older, maybe even showing like the older map. That's my idea anyway. And the new map, Caldera hints drop in Verdansk on the 24th. So a week into that Operation Flashback thing, they'll be able to start finding like intel and stuff like that. Although I don't know how much people really care about the intel and hints and stuff like that. It's a cool little thing to do. We've already seen the map and everything. People just want to play it now. Also confirmed that the Vanguard map Caldera is going to be Vanguard mechanics and like engine and stuff. So we'll see however that works. I don't really know how, like, for example, what kind of perks are going on. I guess we'll still have just regular Modern Warfare perks, so everybody's still going to be running around with amped and things like that, right? I don't really know how that's going to work. I haven't paid too much attention to the Battle Royale. End of Verdansk on November 30th. There's going to be, I guess, a couple days there, because November 30th it says end of Verdansk, and then December 2nd, a couple days later, Season 1 with Caldera for Vanguard owners. And then on the 3rd, Warzone Pacific launches for free for everyone. 38 weapons. Modern Warfare had 39 weapons, so it's virtually the same amount of weapons, just one less. 7 ARs, 6 SMGs, 4 shotguns, 4 LMGs, 3 marksman rifles, 3 sniper rifles, 5 handguns, 4 launchers. Why? 2 melee tools, 18 perks, 6 tactical equipment, 6 lethal equipment. Now the thing is, they've also worded things in a weird way where it sounds like they might potentially be adding perks to the game, so we'll see how that goes, I guess. The multiplayer creative director, Greg, he ended up tweeting, Blitz Shipment is gonna be fire. So Blitz Shipment is confirmed for sure. Combat pacing and everything. Combat pacing, if it was on Modern Warfare, might even help the game a lot. Ooh.
Ain't no way that Jeff.
All that movement that guy had, he did it all that for nothing? Spinning around like he's an S&D star and he's dog shit.
I was shitting on that nigga, bro. It didn't matter.
Me and you.
Hi, Jeff.
Oh, negative.
16 multiplayer core maps at launch. This shit just sounds incredible. There's so much. There's like a whole blog and everything like that that has all the information and stuff, but like, there's so much to go over, but specifically the biggest thing is that regardless of the mechanics of the game, if it was doable on this game, the way that the mechanics of this game, you know, are, shipment was doable there, even though it was a complete mess. There's no way that this shipment could be worse. Like, I'm pretty, like, 99.99999% sure that this shipment, Vanguard shipment, is going to play way better than the Modern Warfare shipment. And I'm ready.